Welcome back to 5-Minute Knives, the channel that loves a good fixed blade. Today, we're going to talk about what I believe is Esee Knives' most skexual knife, the Esee CM6. But first, let's tell you guys one of my custom Kydex sheaths. And we're back! Okay, hopefully you guys bought one of these things. These are sheaths. The knives go into them. I create them with my hands, and I ship them back to you. This one I made for my customer, Craig. Shout out, Craig. How you doing, buddy? Who shipped me this Esee CM6. You guys ready for the skexual CM6? Whoa. There it is, and you've seen this on the channel before, but it's been some time. You saw mine. And funny story, mine actually went to one of my active duty buddies, and I've yet to replace it. So Craig sending this in to me reminded me that I need to buy this knife again. I love it, okay? So it's a really, really cool knife. 1095 steel, Rowan heat treat, as is tradition with Esee. And the CM6 has this kind of like sharpened swedge here. This, well, sort of unsharpened. It's not that sharp, but it could be. But this kind of like sharper point here. And that's for sticking your taters, right? Now, the scales that this comes with are the Esee flat scales. And what I always recommend is people pick up these scales from the knifeconnection.com. These 3D contoured scales are so freaking nice. In my medium large hands, they're perfect. This is really nice. Some people complain about the lack of a lanyard hole. I do not. I don't really need one on a knife this size. I don't plan on dropping the damn thing. And then oftentimes when you have a lanyard on a knife this size and you do drop it or something happens, this blade's swinging freely. You might get cut that way. I keep my knives pretty damn sharp, and sometimes when I drop a knife, I want to drop it, okay? I don't want it swinging around under my wrist here. So lanyard's great if you're doing chopping, things like that. That's not what this knife is for. This knife is actually like a really good cross between tater digging and survival. I think it would make a fine soldier's knife. Here's the logo here, super cool looking. Very awesome. What does it say? Chestnut Mountain Proving Grounds. Yeah. Pretty neat. Esee CM6 on this side. It's the Rowan stamp. Made in the USA. Here's the Esee powder coat. Here's those awesome handle scales by the Knife Connection. Craig had me assemble them at my shop. So if you guys want to buy this knife and then get the scales, from the Knife Connection, you could ship it all to my house. I will go ahead and make the sheath for you. He just wanted black with red. And knowing me being such a sweetheart, I actually wrapped it for him. And here's where we made a little bit of a boo-boo. As you can see, there's a little heat glaze spot right there. That's for you, Craig. Consider that a maker's mark. But that's just because I was sealing this. So won't affect the sheath at all. So this sheath has kind of looser retention. But when you drive her home like that, she's in solid. She's not going anywhere. We do have a combat loop, which is what I use for my attachments generally. This could be configured in any sort of scout carry, vertical carry scenario. I did give you a little thumb ramp like so. Easy to draw, easy out. This is what I think is Esee's most skexual knife. I think this is their best looking knife. Something about this knife really appeals to me. Now, when it comes to just tater digging, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It'll work. It'll do the job. Don't get me wrong. But I would prefer something lighter, a little nastier for that. See some of those James Williams designs, and there's various other knives. I mean, even my little Kisljar knives that I made, this might even be a little better for tater digging because it's a little faster, more lively in the hand. But this knife would not be as good for survival as this guy. We got 3/16 stock, it looks like here. Yeah. And it's just a sharp design. I mean, with this sheath and the black and red handle scales with those red liners here, this is just good looking, man. I mean, look how good looking that is. Tell me you don't want that. Tell me you're a fixed blade guy and that does not appeal to you. I'm going to call you a liar to your face. How's that? So anyway, I just thought I'd show this off. Give a shout out to my boy Craig. I got to get this in the mail today for him. Thanks for being patient with me, bud. But yeah, if you guys need a sheath, send me an email at dragonscalejoe@gmail.com. I'll send you a quote with the address. You go ahead and ship me your knife. As Craig did, you can actually send it in pieces and I'll put it together. I did put some medium Loctite on here for you, bud. And again, I kept the retention fairly light on this. But she's in there. She's in there solid. So enjoy your sheath, bud. Thank you for the business. Guys, let me know what you think about the Esee CM6 in the comments. I love this freaking knife. It's like the best of both worlds. Tater digging and survival. Some folks may find these handle scales a little bit on the thin side right in here, in this dimension here. I don't mind that. I think this is really nice, especially in more of a forward attitude. You got some good reach. You got about 6 inches of blade here, as per the name. And it's just really great for tater digging. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's going to listen to you. It's solid. You could use the less than lethal side here. This is a good, solid tool for your bug out bag, your end of the world scenario. And you got Esee's lifetime warranty. Anything goes wrong, they're going to replace it regardless of the original owner. I really love that. And like I said, there's something about this knife that's always spoken to me. I just find it very, very Skex cool. Look at that. This is just a good looking knife, man. I love the draw on this sheath, taco style. Let me know if you guys want the same and or if you think it's cool. And I'll see you next time on 5 Minute Knives.